So today we're going out on a contract climb. It's going to be a cold one today. It's somewhere below freezing. I don't know, just below freezing, I think. But we're all dressed up. Got our chainsaw gear on, our pants, our boots, and some warm weather gear up top. Today's job is 4 hours away in Cincinnati, so we're gonna hit the road and get out there. Brr Willie, it's cold. Cold, cold, cold. Frost on everything. Well, we are on the road, and as you can see, it's dark. It's gonna be dark for most of this trip, so I will check back in with you when you can actually see something. But for now, it's just a whole bunch of that. Oh, we stopped to get some gas here, but look at the sunrise. That's pretty nice. Also, take a look at that toolbox top. When we got in this morning, that was covered in frost, and now it's not, and it's still below freezing. So I always think that's kind of cool. It's technically called sublimation. You can look that one up if you're curious. Alrighty, I just pulled up. Nobody else is here yet, so we'll just hang out for a minute. So here, this is the house that's at the address, and that, I believe, is the elm tree we're going to be working on. I think he said we're doing some kind of pruning to it. It looks like somebody's made some big cuts on it previously, so we'll see what we end up doing. It's a big looking tree though. Pretty big and in a tight spot. Just the way we like it. Alrighty, whenever I show up before Boss Man does, I like to take that time to get my saws fueled up and get ready for the day. Ooh, that one's almost full as it is. We'll just, I don't even know, it's not even anything to top off there. I've had trouble, I replaced these caps this season. I've had trouble getting those beads to stay in their slot. Anybody knows any tips or tricks, or knows of any videos that contain tricks, put it in the comments, because I would love to know. Try to use 20 weight oil, and when it's below like 40 degrees, it just pours better, the saw uses it better, and that kind of thing. On the other side of that situation, if you use 20 weight when it's too warm, you'll find the oil reservoir will be almost completely empty by the time the gas is out. So not good to use that in warm weather, but works good when it's chilly out. Well, Boss Man's running a little late today. This is a tree we're going to be working on based on what he told me. So as you can see, it's been trimmed away from the house before, and so I'm not sure exactly what we'll be doing, but we'll see when it gets here. Alrighty, I think I just saw a chip truck pull up, so we'll go out and meet the crew and meet the Boss Man and get things started.
Hello.
Good morning.
What's up, man?
Oh, just the usual. Here and ready to climb.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You guys have a plan for getting in there or anything?
I need this guy to move his car. I was trying to call him, but he lives across the street, actually. I've worked
really?
here before, yeah.
Okay,
He's
okay.
He's a nice guy, cool guy. I might just run over there real quick.
Sure thing, yeah. So what are we doing to this thing?
Okay, so I want the guy to come over. I've already talked to him. It's like, I trimmed a lot off this
I
tree
see there's
already.
a lot missing, yeah.
You know, I took like this whole side, you know, this whole side over here. I cut the whole thing back.
Yeah.
But I think he's just, you know, I'm like, I don't want to cut the tree down. It's a nice big tree, you know, and I'm like, you know, whatever, you know. So, but he wants us to keep cutting on it. So, what,
okay.
You know, what I mean, really, it's like this right side. You know, that's what we had talked about, was like cutting this right side.
Okay.
Off.
Just taking a couple of these big leads out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure to what extent he's gonna want, but yeah, that's what I had like originally talked to him about. So yeah, we'll start with that.
Cool. Well, I'll get set up in like this side of the tree somewhere,
Yeah.
work everything from that side, and then we'll just go as we go.
Sweet.
That sounds good. Or what's your level of turf protection interest today? Minimal?
Animal.
Okay, okay. Just to make sure I'm on the right page. Every job is different. Everything is, you know, sold
sure.
different.
Yeah,
so.
sure.
Alrighty, so we're gonna be working mostly on this side. I'll probably set up a canopy anchor way up there, kind of in the middle of this half of the tree, and we'll see how it goes from there. It sounds like we'll be dropping a lot of stuff, maybe not a whole lot of rigging. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a hinge in here and we're gonna swing this tip down around so it all lands over here. It doesn't land on that bush or that deck over there. Stand clear. There we go. I'll walk this down and take a few chunks as we go. Gotta keep an eye on our rope. We don't want to get hung up on any sprouts and let go at a bad time and just be a little bit scary, you know? Try what I think is known as a box cut. We'll make an undercut and 2 side cuts and then race down to the center trying to get this log to land flat down there. We'll see if it works. Ooh, did not work out too well. Poked a hole. We're going to do the same thing we've done the last one with this one. We want it to kind of curl in before it comes off. Worked out all right. So Simon here has done a bunch of work on this tree before. He's the one that did some of the removal of some of the other limbs. And he cut the ivy vines on this tree, and thank goodness, because this would be so much more of a pain if this was all green. Okay, I'd like to tuck this one in, but it's just a little bit too long, so we're going to go out further on it and get to fit into the space better. All right, don't think we broke a single twig. So this is a good example of what happens when you start feeling rushed. The appropriate thing here would have been to reroute my rope through that union up there. I'm able to maintain a much better body position for making that cut instead of sitting here like a kid at the library. But I'm just feeling like I gotta perform, I'm feeling like I gotta do good, and so I'm making shortcuts, and that's not a good thing to do. So we're gonna do better about that. We'll do better on our next cuts. I might even go all the way back and reroute my rope because it's kind of redirected back there in a bad way. So anyhow, moving on and getting better. Alrighty, we went back and got our rope off of that branch there. We go straight up to our tying point. Now I have much better, much more productive rope angle. I mean, I can move faster. I don't have to fiddle with flipping it off the sprouts on that other spar and everything like that. So well worth the time. Should have done it earlier, as usual. All right, stand clear. Okay, we made a really wide angle on this so that way it hangs on as long as possible. Since it's already angled up, it's got to hang on longer to tuck it back down underneath. It did not hang on as long as I'd hoped it would, and it kind of nailed that bush down there a little hard. I didn't watch closely. That angle might have just closed pretty early for us and broke that off early. Okay, on this one we've got a similar branch and a similar position, but I came down to below the union, so there's more hinge wood to work with. I'm going to open this mouth up a little wider. Wow! Alrighty, and that one was a little bit too much. As you saw, it hung on and tucked all the way back in. It actually hit the tree before it hit the ground, which is not good because we got that black pipe down there to avoid. Hey, this one's leaning out towards the house here, so it's super critical that we let it wrap around before it comes off. All right. That one was just a smidge long. If it was shorter, it would have rotated faster and landed more flat. Yeah, that one was pretty flat. Well, I guess that's how we're leaving it. Maybe not the way I would have trimmed it if it were my tree, but I didn't quite have that option. It just kind of got to do it how the tree was sold. I'm not sure what the future looks like for this tree, but is what is. On to the next thing, I guess. Alrighty, we ran to the next job. They're like halfway through it. We're kind of showing up at the end, but we'll see what we can get into. Yeah.
So for that next case, I'm gonna see if we can put it in the International, the last big case.
Oh, the chip truck? Oh, the top
off. We can
off.
take the top off.
That'd be sweet.
So they only should need to take off one panel from the top as well.
Okay.
One panel.
We'll see what we can do.
And the other thing is you gotta disconnect. There's a flap on the side. You gotta move it and then disconnect the wire because it's got like
white lights and stuff. Okay. Yeah.
So to take the panel off, I don't know if Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, we'll make sure we get that done right then. Did that dump okay with the weight in it last time?
Yeah, it did, but it was really.
Didn't like it, huh?
Man, that's what you're saying.
Oh, I'm sure you do. It's up against the driver's side. Can we put some small stuff on the passenger side, even it out? Only at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Ain't got no steel toes. Well guys, in a mad rush to get that job all wrapped up as the rain was coming in, I forgot to film the rest of the day. It was pretty straightforward. We just got things cleaned up, tried to get as much of the muck off the road that we could, and got in the trucks and headed back. We're now at the shop where this client's gonna let me spend the night because I'm gonna work another day for him before taking a long journey home tomorrow. So thanks so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.